All right, we are in session 3 of our essay writing already. And you have become such great writers. Like, essay writing is hard. And so, for you to wrap your mind about what do you want me to do? How do I do that? You're already getting those ideas out there. So, that's great. But what I want to talk about today is how do writers know what to free write about? How do they know how to put it in an essay form? Or, I mean, we teach you the structure, but how do I know what to add or when not to add this? And so today, we're going to just really focus on what other writers do. And I read a piece to you yesterday, a really good example of an essay writing. And today we're going to look at another kid's one, and we're going to kind of pull out some of the good things they did and some of the things that I noticed that I would do different in my own writing. So I'm going to pull that up for you. And if you need to pause the video for a moment so that you can read that over, and maybe just on your whiteboard, jot down a couple things that you thought were good about this free write, and maybe a few things that you thought you would change if it was your writing. So let me pull that up for you. Maybe. There we go. It says, friends are like a tangled rope. I think this because friends are always friendly and barely making arguments. It is like friends are always straight until there is an argument that forms a knot. But friends always say sorry and the knot gets untied. It is like there's lots of kids lining up to form a huge rope. I imagine friends as friends who help each other and treat each other kindly. In my life, I had friends helping me a lot. Having a friend that you could trust is one of the best things to me. Like whenever I have a hard time with something, I just have to ask Tanisha to explain it to me, except when I'm doing a test. Friends are always a big untied knot. Me and my sister have a great relationship. We play games together and make Lego together, but one of the things I remember most is when I was at a playground playing lots of things together. So I want us to stop right there and just kind of go back to this first essay that he did about friends and his life. And I want you to just, I'm going to try to just leave this first page pulled up. And just want you to write down a couple things that you thought was some things that were really good about this essay, or some things that you thought could be improved about it. Okay, there are a couple of things that makes a quality good writer. So I'm going to read off some of these and I'm going to make it into a chart and share that out in classroom. The writer keeps writing freely, letting any thoughts just come out. Like you just don't write one thing and then stop. Like you just write, and your thoughts are just getting onto paper. The writer seems to try to make ideas that get better and better as she writes longer. So as you keep writing, your ideas are getting bigger and they're building. The writer sometimes compares things to make you get what she means. So sometimes we need to compare things like they did in this story. They used a rope to compare friends to help me better understand it, using that simile there. The writer doesn't cross stuff out. So when we're free writing, we don't want to cross things out because that can get confusing. The writer sometimes says the big idea over and over in different ways, as if we're trying to get it right. So if my topic is friends or a tangled rope, then I'm going to explain that to you in one way, and then I'm going to say it in a different way. Or, for example, the one I love ice cream. I might talk about how I love ice cream, but in different ways throughout my story, so that I'm still talking on topic and you get the point. The writer stays for a long time on one big idea. So we don't want to talk about some friends and then venture off to talk about my dad and then venture off to talk about my four-wheeler. We want to, if we're talking about friends, we want to stay on friends topic. And the writer goes from big ideas to small examples and then back to the big idea. So what we called them earlier in this year were teeny stories in our informational books. We gave maybe an example of something, and then we would give a teeny story about that. Kind of like I did yesterday with my sister when I was listing those ideas about her. like my sister is always bossy, and then I might give a teeny tiny story about when she was bossy at Christmas time. And so, but then I'm going to go back to the big idea of my sister, and then I'm going to list another thing about her, and then give another teeny story. So those teeny stories make it interesting for the reader, and they enjoy your writing a little bit more. So today I'm going to post, and you can either free write on one main big idea, or you can go back and edit what you did yesterday. Either way, I want to see you writing. So you're writing a new story that you're thinking about based on what is a good quality free writer in essay, or you're going back to yesterday's topic and you're going to add some things to that.